Back to an episode of Rolling Bomb. I'm your host, Zach Moore. The Shriners Children's 500 wrapped up a couple hours ago at Phoenix Raceway. This is the first race with the new short track package, a simplified diffuser, an additional inch to the spoiler, a different tire compound, all hoping to lead to better racing. Cars slide around and go to the pass. Practice at 15-minute practice first time. Wasn't really much positivity in the drivers. Some drivers couldn't tell. Some drivers say it was a little bit of an increase, but not much positivity from that practice. We also had qualifying where Denny Hamlin won the pole for this race. So he break down this race right off the bat. Ty Gibbs took the lead from Denny Hamlin. They ran about 7 laps with Ty Gibbs leading. We had our first caution. Derek Kraus got loose in turn 1 and 2, spun. They also collected Austin Dillon, clipped Austin Cindric, ended Austin Cindric's day. Pretty much ruined Austin Dillon's day. He had a torn up front end. He just was nothing. Really disappointing for both those drivers. But for a restart, Ty Gibbs took the lead and really just dominated stage 1 near the end. But that's where Ty Reddick's car came on strong and ended up passing him with about 3 laps to go in stage 1. Ty Gibbs, I believe, led 57 laps. I think all his laps he led were all in stage 1. But really was I felt like I saw on stage 1, Ty Reddick winning. I came down pit road and solid spots. Denny Hamlin was able to regain the lead. That number one pit stop at Phoenix is so important. I mean, it's literally number one pit stall, and then maybe a couple feet later, it's the actual timing line where they score each other, who comes off pit road, first through last. So he was able to take the lead from that pit stop. Ty Gibbs had a bad pit stop. That dropped him out of the top 10, I think, and that was really poor for him after having a great stage 1. And he restarted, and Denny Hamlin was able to kind of take the lead there in stage 2, and that's where he kind of led most of that stage 2. Had a good lead, and that's also where Ty Reddick was trying to run him down. But then this is also where we saw Christopher Bell come on strong there in stage 2. He was able to run down and pass cars. I believe Ty Reddick passed Denny Hamlin near the end of stage 2, and also where Christopher Bell was able to pass Hamlin, and he was able to run down Tyler Reddick to take the stage. So that was very impressive. It was looking like it was a Toyota dominated day overall, but when it comes to the up front, the cars leading up front, it was Toyota. They were fast in this test overall, so that's what the people were thinking that this race was going to be, and really that's what it was shaping out to be. We come down pit stops after stage 2, and Christopher Bell has a bad pit stop. Denny Hamlin wins the race off pit road again. That's where we ended into stage 3. Restart for stage 3, and then a couple laps in, on lap 197, Kyle Busch just spun, got loose, got a little help from Zane Smith, but he was already losing, trying to recorrect it. And then that really was really poor. And really, Kyle Busch, RCR was terrible. They qualified like in the 30s. They were just bad. Just a terrible day. Their short track package for RCR is not that good. It really just is showing. But he spun, didn't have no damage. He just kept going, but it was disappointment. We started a couple laps later. We had another wreck. Looks like Joey Logano had some help from John Hunter Nemechek in the 20 car. He slid. Joey slid. Came back up the track. Collected the 7, the 77, the 16. The 4 got involved. After the post, I know after the wreck, I guess the 20 was saying that Joey braked early. But then Joey's response was something like, you have to brake in turn 1. Like, I think, to me, I'm going to blame this more than 20. You cannot, you're gonna have to brake in turn 1. It's not, the 20 was on his bumper. I mean, there's nothing Joey Logano can do. He has to brake in turn 1. So I blame that more than 20. Joey was having a terrible day anyway. Running outside in top 20, not great. He was fastest in the overall practice, but then qualifying, I guess he was expecting to run, for the pole, but didn't even make it to the top 5. So he was probably ready to be done after how bad he was running. So that was just a nice way to take him out like that, put him out of his misery. It's really disappointing for him for the 22, and a bunch of also for Corey LaJoie too, who's been having some strong runs. As I clean up that rack, we have another restart, the 11 and the 45. And that race is very hard. There's a lot of jostling behind there. Then we see a massive mistake by Denny Hamlin. Drove a little aggressive up towards the 45 car, got loose, spun out by himself, didn't hit anyone, but that just ruined Denny Hamlin's day and really cost him opportunity to compete for this win. And that's where it really got crazy when it comes to the strategy. I mean, they only probably ran a couple, maybe 20 laps on green flag. But then I guess they knew they were close to the stop. So there was a lot of different strategy. The 45 came in, and a bunch of other cars came in, the 6. all the front runners. I can't name them off the top of my head. But that's also really shaken up because then Martin Truex stayed out, and that's also where Ryan Preece. Only a couple of cars stayed out, but there was enough cars to really josh up the field to where it made Martin Truex the top dog, and that put the 45 way in the back. And then there was a very crazy restart with a bunch of jostling of drivers, but then Martin Truex was able to take the lead. I mean, we saw a bunch, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain up there, but the 45 was struggling to make up any spots, and he was outside the top 10, and it looked like his car was not handling. So this one caution, he kind of wasn't really effective, but due to Denny Hamlin spinning out, it just flipped the entire field and just turned the race upside down. And this is, now it was still weird because Martin Truex was not going to be good on the field. He led, 50 plus laps. I believe it was 55 laps total. Dude had a car, but due to the tires, I believe his tires were going to be done for before his gas, and that's where kind of you saw it. But you also saw Ty Gibbs racing up there. This is where we saw Christopher Bell inching closer. Christopher Bell actually had a terrible pit stop heading into stage 3. We were a bit worried that was going to cost him after winning the stage, but it didn't. His fast speed showed. The Toyota showed. Martin Truex pitted. Ty Gibbs faded. Got past, and then Christopher Bell was on a rocket ship to gap the field by a couple seconds. Ty Gibbs faded near the end of the race. The RFK cars came on strong. Overall, this race came down to a long green flag run. I don't know if it's 70-something laps. But in the end, Christopher Bell was able to take home the W, get Joe Gibbs Racing's first official points-paying race win this season. Dominating race by Toyota. I thought overall this race was solid. People were wondering whether it's boring or not boring. To me, it was. I couldn't tell the difference. I did feel like there was passing. I think if you had a good car, you can make passes. We did have a lot more contenders, but then they were all pretty much Toyotas. Toyotas dominated this race today. I know Todd Gilliland led 14 laps in this race due to some strategy. I believe in stage 2. But didn't get a caution, so that was only 4 that led, but Chevy did not lead this race. But if we look at our top finishers, Christopher Bell first, Chris Buescher second, Ty Gibbs third, Brad Keselowski fourth, Ryan Blaney fifth, Ross Chastain sixth, seventh Martin Truex, eighth Michael McDowell, ninth Chase Elliott, 10th Tyler Reddick, 11th Denny Hamlin, 12th Noah Gragson, 13th Daniel Suarez, 14th Kyle Larson, 15th Carson Hocevar, 16th Bubba Wallace, 17th Todd Gilliland, 18th William Byron, 19th Chase Elliott, and 20th Alex Bowman. Off the bat, Hendrick cars struggled bad. Chase Elliott was good in stage 1, stage 2, iffy there. Same thing with William Byron was good. Kyle Larson was not, I don't even know if he even cracked the top 10 in this race. It was really disappointing to see Kyle Larson that run well. And then Alex Bowman he was the weakest out of the group. It's not great. RFK running freaking awesome. That's what they needed. They were bad in points, so RFK to get 2 cars in the top 5. Really great. Ty Gibbs showing his speed. He led a lot of laps. This car didn't have the overall package that Christopher Bell had. Ross Chastain good there for Trackhouse, finishing 6th. Martin Truex finished 7th. The dude pitted in stage 3 because he wasn't going to have enough tire left. That's what gave the lead to Ty Gibbs and then Christopher Bell passing. But he was able to get his lap back and come the whole way up with these new fresh tires. So tires did mean something, and finished 7th. That's unbelievable. And they also Denny Hamlin finishing 11th there after spinning. I would have thought he would have came out feel a little quicker, but it all worked out, finishing 11th. He was not disappointed from his interview I was hearing, so still good. Who knows? Maybe if that wreck didn't happen, he may have an opportunity to win. At least a top 5 finish for him. I think he wasn't going to be able to. Christopher Bell is fast, really, really fast. And then comes the Stewart Haas cars. Chase Briscoe finishing 9th. Noah Gragson finishing 12th. It's awesome. It's great. Stewart Haas is showing some speed this year. It's good to see them. It'll be interesting to see, Ryan Preece finished 23rd, so he was in the kind of same strategy as Ryan Truex. He had a pit, but his car just wasn't as strong as Truex, so he couldn't really get up there. Also, Josh Berry finishing bad, so he got in a couple wrecks. But it does seem like Chase Briscoe and Noah Gragson are kind of the front runners for Stewart Haas, and it's great to see Stewart Haas competing in the top 10. Noah Gragson running well, and Chase Briscoe. So overall, great. I don't really talk about it. Let's just talk about the winner, Christopher Bell, coming home. He probably had the fastest car for Joe Gibbs Racing in all of Toyota. So I said it already, but it was a Toyota dominating race. So I'm interested to see if does Christopher Bell become the top driver for Toyota and the top driver for JGR. I don't know. It just seems he won early, so he has a lot of potential to win a lot more races and, win multiple races, 3-4 races. I could easily see it. But same thing for Denny Hamlin. I see there's a lot of tracks that Denny Hamlin's good at. I still see Denny Hamlin winning, 2 to 3 races. I don't think, Denny Hamlin age, it doesn't look like age has really affected Denny Hamlin yet. Aaron Truex on the older side, this could be his last year with Truex. I still see Truex he's still dominant, still competitive. And then also, Ty Gibbs, I already talked about him, but he's going to be fast. Joe Gibbs has a strong lineup this year, and I can see multiple wins from all 4 of those drivers. I think I already said, but Ryan Blaney leads Team Penske. Joey wrecked out. Cindric wrecked out, so he led the torch for the Penske banner. Tyler Reddick finishing 10th. Bubba Wallace 16th. Tyler Reddick probably had one of the best cars, second best car, but do that funky strategy where after Denny Hamlin spun, it screwed his whole day. His car was not handling well, kind of fell off, so disappointing. But if we go and put this race on the royalty rate, I'm going to give it a 6.2. The race was fine. I felt like the championship race was a little bit better. It's maybe because there was a caution in the end of the race that made it spicier. But we had a long green flag run. The field got spread out. But the drivers were saying that you can make passes if your car was good. I know Chase Briscoe was saying that he felt like the overall package was fine, but the tire wear could have wear a little more. The cars could have slid around more. I do feel like NASCAR tricked these overall new fans. They gave them 2 speedway races, and now they think this is how racing is always going to be. But it's not. You're going to have these real racing tracks, okay, where you actually get regular racing, skill, talent comes from the teams and the drivers as being showcased. And that's what you saw. I'm excited for Bristol. I'm going to see, I think they're running an old short track package, so it's not the same short track package. So I'm excited to see who is the front runners there. Denny Hamlin, I guess, won the last year's concrete race, which was the Bristol Night Race. They're no longer going to dirt. So I'm excited to see that. It's like an 80s theme race. And then after that, we go to our first road course, which then also will use the same package they're running here. So I think Kona will be great. We'll also see SVG in that race. So I'm excited for the next 2 races, see how the racing is, see how the competition is. Well, overall, it wasn't the greatest race. I think a lot of fans didn't like the long run, and it really killed, I think, the event. But I do think the overall, I think it was a little bit better, but not as good as the championship race, in my opinion. But overall, congrats to Christopher Bell. Let me know what you think about the overall race down in the comments. Besides that, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next one. Bye, y'all.